Libra Sun and the 12 different moon signs. What is Libra like when Libra is in the 12 different moon signs? Well, let's talk about it, okay? I'm Lamar Townsend. I'm a natural intuitive, clairvoyant, clairaudient, empathic, psychic tarot reader, and I would love to do a personal private tarot reading for you or a personal private birth chart reading, okay? Please visit my website, lamartownsendtarot.com, for your own personal reading, or email me at lamar.townsend@gmail.com, okay? Please also subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification button so you get notifications whenever I upload a new video. And I would also love it if you would follow me on Instagram and like me on Facebook. The links will be down below. Okay, so Libra and the 12 different moon signs. Well, let's quickly talk about, the sun and the moon in astrology. Okay, the sun rules the zodiac sign Leo. The sun deals with the higher self, the ego, the self that we show to the world, self-confidence, life purpose, and things of that nature, okay? The moon in astrology deals with mother energy, nurturing energy, emotional security, family, children, the home, things of that nature. So here we have two different planets working together and working in tangent, I might add, to kind of create a very distinct personality. We also have to keep in mind the rising sign, but that's a different story. So when we put Libra in the sun in someone's birth chart, Libra is ruled by the planet Venus. So the Venus rules love, passion, friendship, romance, harmony, and things of that nature. So when we put the sun and Venus together, we have a person who is very sociable, very friendly, very warm and loving, and beautiful typically, and tends to like other beautiful people and beautiful things, and beautiful artwork and things of that nature. These people also tend to be very materialistic and vain as well. But these are the type of qualities you get when you put Venus with the sun. So when we have Libra and the sun, and what happens when we pair Libra with the 12 different signs in the moon? Well, excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. Let's talk about it. All right. So Libra, let's start with the fire signs, Libra and Sagittarius. So here we have the moon coupled with Jupiter. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, which is the planet of morals, higher learning, higher education, values, things of that nature. Sag is a sign that is very individualistic, very passionate, very impulsive. So here we have a Libra who is very impulsive, unpredictable. Libras tend to be unpredictable, by themselves, but when you have a Libra Sun, Sagittarius Moon person, we have someone who's even more unpredictable. We also have someone who's very sociable, very witty, has a lot of friends, many different friends, is the life of the party a lot of the times. Here we have someone who's very funny, sarcastic, at times self-deprecating. Someone who is very blunt. Interestingly enough, we have a Libra who's very blunt, but we also have a Libra who's blunt, but it's like the Libra who kind of, puts their hand in the cookie jar and then takes the cookie and hides it behind their back. Or it's like they kind of slap you on the wrist and then they take their hand back. It's like they kind of throw something at you, but then they take it back. Like, and they're like, I don't know. I don't know what I said. I didn't mean to say that. It's like they kind of bring that Libra charm back around. So, here we have someone who is, has all of the interesting qualities of a Sag, but also has the Libra qualities to kind of rein those qualities back in. So we have a kind of balanced but sometimes imbalanced person. But that's kind of the beauty of this person, is that they are balanced yet imbalanced. They are perfect yet imperfect, and that's why people love this person typically. Um, Next, let's talk about Libra with a moon, Libra Sun with a moon, and Leo. Leo is ruled by the sun, so it's interesting. We have the moon coupled with the sun, and the sun coupled with Venus. So here we have someone who is very confident, very, very vain, very conscious about their looks. They have a very, distinct aesthetic that they have, in terms of looks, in terms of style. We have someone who's very eccentric, could be very artistic, very expressive. Libras and Leos tend to be very expressive, self-expressive. Um, Here we have someone who can be a bit arrogant, can be a bit judgmental, and but at the same time very loving and caring and nurturing and for the team, like a very for the team type of person, who can, who's really good at kind of, individually, kind of drumming up the individual person in the team strength. Like that's the kind of Libra Sun Leo Moon is just a really, really good charmer. Like they're a good charmer individually, but they're also a good charmer in front of a crowd. Like they're just good charmers all around. Libras, Suns, Leo Moons. But very also the life of the party at the same time. Next, let's move to Libra Sun with an Aries Moon. Here we have the moon coupled with the planet Mars. Mars rules war, destruction, animalistic instinct, sexual desire, aggression. So here we have a Libra who is a bit more aggressive than most. Libras tend to be not very aggressive. Libras tend to be very peaceful and harmonious and kind of, they tend to kind of, stick on the fence, that's their kind of terrain. But with the Libra Sun Aries Moon, this is a Libra who is more assertive than most Libras. This is a Libra who's going to tell it like it is, but this is a Libra at the same time who's going to be able to see both sides of the situation. This is a Libra who is going to see both sides of the situation, but is going to put their own spin on it at the same time. Like the advice they give, this Libra is going to give it from their perspective, what they think is the best perspective, either for all or just what they would do. Like this is that kind of Libra, whereas most maybe other Libras would be like, well, I don't know because I, just want everything to be good for everyone. Like that's not how life can be sometimes, and I think Libra Sun Aries Moon gets that. Libra Sun Aries Moon is someone who is very impulsive as well, very witty, very quick, very hot tempered. But also someone who doesn't, at the same time they get hot tempered very easily, but they are good at not taking things or themselves so seriously. Very vain, especially the men, Libra Sun, Aries Moon men, very vain. But very active, very athletic. These Libras tend to be more body conscious than most Libras, whereas most Libras tend to be just aesthetic and beauty. These Libras tend to be more beauty and body, similar to Virgo Moon, Libra Sun. But that's the Libra Sun, Aries Moon. I mean, the Libra Sun, fire sign moons. Okay, let's move to the Libra Sun, water sign moons. All right. So let's start with Libra Sun with a Cancer moon. Well, it's interesting because Cancer is ruled by the moon. And the moon, once again, deals with mother energy, nurturing, emotional security, things of that nature, the family home. So when we have a double moon in the moon sign and Venus coupled with the sun in the sun sign, we have someone who is, we have a Libra who's very sensitive, very intuitive, very easily able to see both sides of a situation, probably quicker than most Libras. We have a Libra who is very in touch with their emotional side. Libras tend to not be very emotional people. They're very rational people, right? They're air signs. But a Libra Sun Cancer Moon is someone who tends to incorporate their emotions with their kind of processing things and making decisions, all right? Because Cancers can't help but just bring their decisions most of the time into bring their emotions most of the time into decision making, which actually for the most part helps benefits them, all right. Like I said, this is a Libra who's very intuitive, very sensitive, even if they don't show it. We have to understand that Libras are also good actors. They are the sign of, the actor, the poet, the painter, that, like, that type of person. So they're really good at hiding and masking their emotions a lot of the time. But a Libra Sun, Cancer Moon is very, very sensitive than most Libras. And tends to sometimes take things to heart. This is also a Libra that enjoys food, um, but tends to, at the same time, be very conscious of their figure. So, they may be kind of actually weird in their food taste, as well. This Libra may actually just be a little bit weird and eccentric in general than most Libras. Next we have Libra Sun coupled with Scorpio Moon, and it's interesting because Scorpio is ruled by both Mars and Pluto. And we already talked about what Mars is about. Mars is all about animalistic instinct, sexual desire, aggression. Pluto is all about spirituality and transformation and transitions, big spiritual events, spirituality on a deeper level, right? So here we have a Libra who's a very deep person, a very deep Libra. We have a Libra who's very secretive than most Libras. We have a Libra who is more of an observer and a watcher than a socialite, someone who's going to talk. This Libra is someone who holds those that they love, holds their loved ones and their dear ones close to them. This is a Libra that knows a lot of secrets about a lot of people as well. Scorpios tend to be the secret keepers of the zodiac. They know a lot about everyone naturally because people just kind of gravitate towards Scorpio energy, and they just kind of want to pour out their secrets, pour out their tea to the Scorpio's teacup, right? Into the Scorpio's teacup, right? So usually this Libra knows a lot of dirt about people, and it's interesting because, if you watch my video where I talk about the 6 zodiac signs you can't trust, Libras tend to be, talkers, all right? So a Libra Sun, Scorpio Moon is not a Libra you want to cross, okay? Because, 9 times out of 10, they know a lot about you. Whether you've told them implicitly or explicitly, you have to remember that Scorpio is an observer. They like to observe people and they like to watch people because, that's how you really get to know someone rather than actually interacting with them. Um, so this Libra is very smart and methodical, okay, and very psychological in that way. This Libra is a charmer on a very deep kind of psychological level. This Libra can be very more maybe quiet than most, but at the same time, there's definitely a alluring charm about this Libra. All right. Now let's move on to Libra Sun with a Pisces Moon. Wow. Well, this person is super duper artistic, okay? Because Pisces is ruled by Jupiter. We've already talked about what Jupiter is with Sag. Jupiter is all about morals, higher learning, higher education, and things of that nature. Neptune is all about spirituality and confusion, mysticism, magic, and music. So this is a Libra that is very, very artistic, very, very sensitive. Pisces tend to be very, very sensitive people. Pisces is probably the most sensitive zodiac sign in the zodiac, actually. So this is a very sensitive Libra, probably more sensitive than Libra Sun, Cancer Moon. All right. This Libra is super duper intuitive. This Libra definitely has a unique style, a unique individuality about them. Once again, whether it's how they dress, the way they, walk, or the way they talk, their interest, or their taste in music, their taste in art, their taste in clothes. Like, there's something very distinct about this Libra that's unmistakable. This is a Libra that has a lot of friends, a lot of deep connections. Pisces tend to make deep connections with people on a very deep level because they are just very deep emotional people. So they're easily able to connect with other people on that same level, right? So once again, this is a Libra that has a lot of friends in deep places, all right? Now let's move on to, we've talked about Libra Sun with the fire signs and the water signs. Let's move on to Libra Sun and the earth signs. All right, let's talk about Libra Sun with a Taurus moon. Libra Sun with a Taurus Moon. Wow. Well, here we have Venus in the Sun and Venus in the Moon sign. Taurus is ruled by Venus. So, it's interesting though because Taurus is an Earth sign. So here we have a very, very balanced Libra. Okay, more balanced than most. And actually, interestingly enough, more balanced than most in terms of love. Okay, I think that extra dose of Venetian energy, coupled with that Earth element, really adds a necessary level of grounding, especially in terms of romance and money and friendship and things of that nature. You know, with a Libra Sun Taurus Moon, this is a person who actually is very emotional, has a great depth of feeling. You know, despite being an air sign sun and a earth sign moon, you know, the Venetian energy is one of receptivity. It's one of feeling, right? You know, so this is a person who feels, you know, at a very deep level, but excuse me, but also expresses that deep feeling in his or her own way. Does that make sense? This is a Libra that's very practical in terms of how they go about life, but also in terms of love. This is a Libra who knows what they want in terms of life and love for the most part. This is a Libra who is easily able to get along with probably most all of the other signs. I'd say the only other zodiac signs that they may have trouble with would be the fire signs, possibly. But I think, you know, regardless, I think there's a certain charm to just, you know, a Libra Sun, Taurus Moon that is undeniable and unmistakable, and it's like a disarming, suit of disarmor. It's like as soon as you kind of come into a Libra Sun Taurus Moon's presence, it's like their gentle nature and their kind of but their yet stern and strong nature is just like, oh, like this person is totally cool, like they mean no harm, right? For the most part, right? We can't speak for everyone. Libra Sun with a Virgo Moon. Well, here we have someone who is a very conscious person, both in terms of health, but also in terms of themselves, for the good and the bad. All right. Here we have a person who has Mercury in their moon. Virgo's ruled by Mercury. So Mercury deals with communication, intellect, the mind, and things of that nature, okay? So Mercury is a very communicative sign, and Libra is a very communicative air sign. So here we have someone who's very communicative. But whereas Gemini, which is also ruled by Mercury, but is an air sign, is communicative in a verbal way, Virgo, which is an earth sign, is more communicative in a more internal way. Virgo's definitely communicative when they get in the presence of people that they love and trust. But, you know, it takes a while for a Virgo to get to that point with people, especially new people. Virgos can be very reserved. You know, but Virgos tend to be very reserved people in general. So this could be a very reserved Libra, regardless of whether you've known them for a week, a year, or, you know, your whole life, right? That's just, you know, a Virgo's nature is to just be very reserved. You know, Virgo's the you know, symbolized by the Virgin. So, you know, this is a very pure type of Libra, right? Virgos tend to be very hygienic, so this is a very vain Libra, very hygienic Libra, um, very particular Libra in that type of way. Like, you know, whereas they may like a certain type of water, they may like a certain type of, they may not eat this certain type of food, you know, they may only use this certain type of hand soap, or, you know, like that kind of, you know, just kind of, you know, very detailed, eccentric kind of, not eccentric, I guess I would say, but very kind of green, conscious, once again, mindset, right? Virgos just tend to be very conscious people, conscious of what they put in their body and on their body. Virgos tend to also be health nuts, so they tend to be, you know, people who like to work out a lot, people that like to watch their body, and things of that nature. So, you know, once again, this is a Libra who could be a very bit vain in terms of body and looks. Also very judgmental of themselves more so than anyone else, but also judgmental of other people. Virgo is, you know, can be a very judgmental sign. All right. Next, let's move to Libra Sun with a Capricorn moon. Well, this is a very serious Libra, okay? This is a Libra that definitely has those Libra kind of sociable, happy-go-lucky, fun, peaceful, harmonious, come on in, side. But then with that Capricorn moon, there's also a cutoff. So it's like, come on in, but don't go in this room, because when I go in this room, that means I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want to be bothered. Like, this Libra definitely has a limit. They have a cutoff limit to how far they let you come in. This Libra is a bit moody, kind of like Libra Sun Cancer moon, but this Libra actually might be a little bit moodier than Libra Sun Cancer moon, which is interesting because Capricorn is an earth sign. But we have to remember that Capricorn is symbolized by the sea goat. So Capricorn is actually half goat, half fish. So they definitely have a watery element to them, which is interesting. This Libra is very, very ambitious, very hardworking, um, but also can be a bit lazy sometimes. This Libra is definitely materialistic, loves money, loves to look good, but definitely has a side of them that prefers to sometimes be alone and not always be amongst the crowd like Libras tend to like to be most of the time. This is a Libra that can be a bit of a loner, and enjoys their me time more than most. Okay, next let's move to Libra Sun in the air sign moons. Wow, let's start with Libra Sun Gemini moon. Okay, wow, here we have the moon coupled with Mercury. Now, I want to say that Gemini is probably the most communicative sign in the zodiac, okay? This is a Libra that loves to talk, loves to talk. Libras themselves are very sociable people, but Libra Sun, Gemini Moon is to the 10th degree sociable. They have so many friends of probably all different creeds and backgrounds, and even when they go out with their friends, they are the type that, like, make new friends, and they're always the life of the party, always, just meeting new people and kind of collecting new friends and new faces along their journey of life, and this is a Libra that can be a bit unpredictable, can be a bit unreliable. Geminis tend to be unreliable, can be a bit two-faced. Geminis are known for being two-faced. Of course, they're symbolized by the twins, so the twins are symbolized by the two-faced, one twin that way, the other that way. So this is a Libra who is not quick to make decisions. This is a Libra who often says one thing but does another. This is a Libra that can be a bit confusing and complex for some people, but on the flip side, that complexity is something that will draw people to the Libra, and I think people will fall in love with that complexity that only a Libra Gemini Sun can have, right? Next, let's move into Libra Sun Aquarius moon. Well, here we have Saturn and Uranus. We have to mention that Saturn rules both Aquarius and Capricorn. Now, I will say that Aquarius is more so ruled by Uranus than Saturn, but Saturn does rule, excuse me, yeah, I'm congested, right? Congested. So Saturn rules time, the past, karma, debt, weight, and illness, and Uranus rules astrology, forward movement, forward thinking, technology, and progression. So here we have a Libra who is always moving forward, always doing something new, always thinking up something new. This is a Libra that can be a bit detached from, the people around him or her, family and friends. This is a Libra that likes to march to the beat of their own drum. This is a Libra that can be a bit confusing to understand, especially when you're having a one-on-one conversation, with this Libra. Aquariuses tend to not do so well with one-on-one situations, but they do really well once again in groups. So this is a Libra that does really, really well in groups. Like, they enjoy being in groups, but one-on-one situations can actually kind of bore them sometimes, unless they're, the person they're interacting with is like really stimulating them, like they're talking about something that the Libra loves or something. Otherwise, this is a Libra that really likes to do their own thing, whatever their own thing is. This is a kind of a bit of a nerdy Libra as well, which is actually can be attractive with the Libra Sun Aquarius moon. Lastly, we have a Libra Sun with a Libra moon. Wow, so here we have double Venus, the Venus in the Sun and the Venus in the Moon. Well, here we have a Libra that is super duper romantic, a hopeless romantic. Wow. This is a Libra that, may find themselves dating multiple people. In their quest to find that one person that, is a compatible match. This is a Libra that may get their heart broken time and time again, in terms of love and romance. This is a Libra that probably, was into love and romance at a young age. This is a Libra that, is very sentimental in that way, and very, hopeful and faithful, and um, also very vain. All right, also very, very super duper vain. And they can also definitely be money hungry, but they also, love to surround themselves in beauty. They love to surround themselves in beauty. They love to surround themselves with beautiful people. They love to beautify people. They love to lift people up. This is a Libra that loves to lift their loved ones up, and they, love, also usually love gatherings. They love gathering, their loved ones around, and, surrounding their loved ones in beauty as well. This is just a Libra that, um, loves harmony, and peace, and a peaceful situation, a peaceful surrounding, and they're just, I think that's what they're looking for, is that peace and that emotional balance that only they can fulfill themselves, though, right? Ah, Libra, we love you so much. What would we do without our Libras? By the way, I'm a Libra moon, so I love Libras. Please contact me for your own personal reading, Libra, or whatever zodiac sign you are, at lamartownsendtarot.com, or your own birth chart reading, okay? Any information, you can check out the, FAQ section and the personal ethics section. I would also love it if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification button, and like me on Facebook and follow me on Instagram, okay? I appreciate you for your support. I appreciate you for listening and watching. I can't wait to hear from you for your own personal tarot reading. Until then, I wish you guys nothing but the best, love, health, and success. I hope this video gave you clarity and insight. Thank you.